All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just tell you guys really quickly. This is just an introduction from me. I guess the meat of the presentation should be with William, where you can actually see Signing Cloud in action. So I just want to highlight a few stuff that has well been brought up lately as being in the business of providing digital signature solutions since the past 20 years. I have to honestly say we have not had so many inquiries for demos and presentations and
Oh, we
deals that,
lost you.
sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, we've never had so many inquiries on deals and presentations since ever until the COVID started. Yeah. So I guess we can call this business as unusual when uh, the new normal comes in. I mean, everybody's talking about it. So, uh, so if necessity is the mother of all inventions, I guess COVID has forced us to think beyond our normal business processes on how we're going to perform our daily task when, if after COVID or anything in the future happens, right? So the necessity of digitization has been pretty much brought to the forefront of everybody's intentions. And we're talking about government sector, SMEs, so on and so forth. Everybody is affected. So I'll just walk you through a standard process of signing right
Oh,
now. Sorry, yeah. I'll
hello. Oh,
just, yes.
yes,
Sorry.
we lost you at standard.
Okay. So I'll just walk you through a standard process of signing uh, currently in the paper world that everybody has to go through. So you have Mr. Document Creator here. He creates the document and he signs the document. And through the courier, he sends his document to the recipient, and then the recipient pens his signature, right? So this is a standard process. It goes through a few hands, of course. So I'm assuming this is a courier document, right? So you send it over, and the return, if the sender needs a copy, which most of the time it needs, the sender needs, so you need like all of the signature appended in one particular document where you can file it, physically file it. The second signer then will have to block the document back. So this is pretty much standard in the real world right now. Well, if you bring COVID into the situation,
Oh,
sorry, yeah,
hello. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
So if in this particular situation, if we're still going to go the paper-based method post-COVID, and if you guys are like me, super paranoid, you'll be sanitizing the document every step of the way, right? Yeah, yeah. I guess we can all expect this to be the new normal. So that's why if we talk about digital signature, this is the kind of thing that we're trying to move away from, right? So if you put it in the perspective of Signing Cloud, what happens is the guy the person that creates the document will upload that document into Signing Cloud, proceed to digitally sign it. Then the platform will notify the second signatory via email or via mobile app notification. Then the second signatory can pen his signature. But more than that, if this document needs a third or a
Hello.
fourth,
Oh,
sorry, yes. Yeah,
yeah.
so if this document needs a third or a fourth signatory, Signing Cloud will also inform the next in line to sign this document, and they each will sign it digitally. And finally, the document is routed back to the owner in a completely signed, collated format. So it is downloaded as a PDF, and you can keep it for long storage and so on and so forth. That is up to you. So at the same time, it can also inform all the rest of the signatories if all of them need a copy of a completely signed document. Each and every one of them can download it from Signing Cloud and securely store it digitally, right? Okay. So let's talk about the legality in terms of the government of Philippines and how the government sees digital signatures. So according to Executive Order 810, all government, sorry, yeah.
We lost you at according.
Okay, according to Executive Order 810, all government agencies and instrumentalities providing services to its clients shall require the use of digital signatures for the respective e-government services to ensure confidentiality, authenticity, integrity, and non-repudiation. So the Signing Cloud platform enables this in terms of the design of the system. It provides, it adheres to the Executive Order 810. Of course, there is some caveat behind it. In order to get legality of the digital signature, there has to be time stamping and a digital certificate issued by a licensed or recognized certificate authority in the Philippines, which is, I think we are also honored and graced by the presence of the DICT, which is right now, I believe, the only,
Hello.
sorry, yeah, which is right now the only body that is recognized CA in the Philippines, other than international CAs, of course. Okay, so all of this technicalities behind it can be explained. Later, William will go through the process of how a digital signature is done. And from there, more questions. If you guys have more questions on the legality on and how it is done, you can just extend it in a Q&A. I'll proceed. Okay, so in this process, you not only save time, you save money, but because of COVID, you actually save lives. Yeah, there's not a lot of physical documents passing hand to hand, thereby restricting the I guess risk of contamination, right? So I think we have to start embracing this new normal where a lot of the services are going to be digitized in the future. So one of the first and fastest thing you can digitize actually is your signature, believe it or not, because sorry, yeah. So one of the fastest thing that you can digitize in your process is actually the signature, because if you see later how easy it is to use Signing Cloud, you will know what I'm trying to say right now. Okay. Yeah, so some sample use cases, and these are all examples that we take in actual real life scenarios of countries that have adopted digital signature in Europe. So we have e-sick leave and e-prescription in the health industry. Businesses can start using e-invoices, or board resolutions can be digitally signed and is still legally binding in listed companies. Then in government agencies in Malaysia, for example, we have started with e-procurement services with digital signature, and other e-government services such as tax filing, income tax filing, for example. And for banks, they can start using, they can start using digital signature to sign up services in these times. Of course, they can't send their sales guys or people can't visit bank branches to sign for loans and whatnot. So all that process can be actually digitized, and legally binding signatures can be obtained from the customers. You can also do remote bank account opening with digital signatures. And for the education industry, there are a lot of countries that already adopt digital transcripts and e-certificates with the signatures of the deans appended to it, right? So it makes it a legally binding document. And in Malaysia and other Southeast Asian companies, some of them, for example, like Singapore, has already started to use the e-court system, and agreement signing are accepted with digital signatures as well. So these are just some of the sample that has been used in other countries, which I believe the Philippines, to a certain extent, probably has adopted or can adopt. Sorry, yeah, I believe the Philippines can also start adopting this really quickly, or perhaps in certain industries already has started doing this. Okay, so Signing Cloud is a digital signature platform that is on the cloud, pretty much. That's why the name implies. So the idea is you see what you need to sign, and you sign anywhere and anytime that you want, of course, with the internet access, right? Okay, so the motivation and the design behind it is to maintain document integrity, even though you are performing digital signatures. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of the fear of moving away from traditional methods of paper where people can hold it and see the wet signature to a digital format. So most importantly, I mean, people are afraid to migrate because of the security, um, the document integrity, whether it can be protected or not. So all of this is
We
taken in.
lost your security.
All right. So a lot of people are concerned about security and the document integrity. So all of this has been taken into consideration as one of the main, if not the main motivation when we design Signing Cloud. So some quickly on the features, right? We support web-based digital signature access through our web portal, of course, signingcloud.com. Then we also have a mobile app which we will launch in May, I believe. So you can do signing and you can perform all of your signature operations in these two platforms, depending on which you prefer, or both of them at the same time. So non-repudiation is a very big part of it. Non-repudiation, pretty much, I'm sure we have some lawyers here. You can explain. Non-repudiation pretty much says that you cannot deny you did not sign it. Yeah. So that's what pretty much. There's some legal standings here under the E-commerce Act, and what you see is what you sign. Sorry. Yes. Lost me again. Sorry.
Lost. Yes.
Okay.
Non-repudiation. Yeah.
All right. So on non-repudiation part, there is legality behind the signatures, and the term "what you see is what you sign" is we try to emulate the real life situation as close as we can. So the document that is presented in front of the signer to sign, and the process that you create that signature will look almost like real life. Yeah. So I'm sure you can see this when William demos it later. And we also, most importantly, support digital timestamping. So digital timestamping is another legal way to bind the time of the signature to the signer, right? So this is pretty important because it tells, well, in the end of the day, it shows when this signature was appended on that document. Some of the features, we support template upload, or you can also create your own template. Once you set your own template format.
Yes, template upload.
All right, so we support template upload, and you can also create your own template later for you to quickly breeze through your signature process. We have clearly traceable signing operations where you can actually see the document being flowed through. And if you have 4 or 5 signatories inside the hierarchy, you can tell who has viewed your document but has not signed it, or who has signed it, and so on and so forth. There are reports that you can generate. We also support, like I mentioned, this handwritten signature is just an image representation of digital signature, because well, there is still the human need to see a wet signature at the column where you're supposed to sign. That's a very human thing, and we also support that. So what the system allows you to do is it allows you to add an image of your signature, right? And when you digitally sign it, that image will be, sorry, yeah,
image of your signature, yeah.
Yeah, so you upload the image of the signature, and when you digitally sign it, you can actually visually see your signature on top of the column where you're supposed to sign. Okay, and it also supports digital watermarking, which is important in some legal documents. Quickly on the features, the security features, we emphasize a lot on the security. So in order to perform the signature, we authenticate the signer in a lot of strong authentication methods. The most basic one that we have right now, which you guys can immediately use when you sign up the free version later, if you guys decide to, is the SMS OTP. If you download the app, then you will have the mobile OTP, biometric UAF, and the FIDO push notification option for you to use. So all of these are adhering to the standards of, well, pretty much the global standards of multi-factor authentication. A little bit of cross-selling. We also, global multi-factor authentication standards are pretty much in adherence here. But if you guys also want to know a little bit of a cross-selling, sorry, I'm a sales guy. We also have our own multi-factor authentication platform. If you guys, it's also on the cloud as well. Okay.
With the registration, all we need is just to go to the website, this website, beta.signingcloud.com, and then every time you go to that website, you have these two options, log in or sign up. So of course, if we would like to register, we go with the sign up. Now, it is important that we fill in with our correct name, William Dimano, the complete first name and last name. This is because all of the notifications later on, because the Signing Cloud sends out notifications, the name will appear, the name you registered will appear. And at the same time, this Signing Cloud supports digital signature, which means there will be a digital certificate generated every time you registered. And that digital certificate will be used every time you sign a document. So it's important that we use the correct name that as per our ID, that's what they say. Then it's also important that we use an active email address. Email notification and as well as activation link will be sent out to your active email address. Then it's also good to read and agree on our Signing Cloud terms of service. After that, you just click on sign up and then you will have this pop-up button, registered successfully. So the next thing to do is to go through your email and then look for the email from Signing Cloud. The email address will be admin@signingcloud.com. So just a simple tips. If you cannot find it in your inbox, then try to look at your junk or spam folder. Sometimes some organizations are quite strict that they do not just allow other emails or email addresses to come in into their inbox. So check it on your spam and then make sure to report this email address as not spam. Then the next thing to continue on the registration is to click on this activate button. When you do that, you will be directed to this page, the page where you can nominate your password. Yeah, if you notice, I have different email address here, so it's just on a matter of my screenshots. But yeah, on this page, this is where you nominate your password. In terms of password, we of course we recommend a stronger password. The system will accept 4 to 16 characters, combination of symbols, alphanumeric, uppercase, and lowercase. Then just click on OK, and you will have this account is activated. So that's how simple to register in our system for the trial account. Now, the rest of my demo will have these items, just a few parts only. Right after we log into the website, we'll be directed to the dashboard or the homepage. So I'll get few like short minutes to introduce the dashboard. And then the main focus is more on document signing flow and to verify the signed document. And then lastly, some tips on how you can personalize your account after you sign up. Okay. Let me proceed to, oops. Let me proceed on my signing cloud. Do you guys still see my screen?
No.
No, not anymore. You haven't shared it.
Okay, I will reshare it. Okay, so the Signing Cloud runs on the runs on the most common browsers such as IE, Firefox, and the, the Chrome browser. So it's a web-based application. That means you don't have to download and install any other agent or any other application, so you could um, perform a document signing. So first thing I have to do here is just to log in using my account. Then what would we have will be the dashboard.
Will, can I make a suggestion? Yeah, right. Thank you.
Let me remove this. Do that here. Okay. So this is our dashboard. Pretty neat and just few design only. What we have here are our menus. So we have home, where every time you click here, you'll be routed on this dashboard. Then you go to documents. This is where you will see all of the document list, the status of the document. You also have the page for the template and for simple reporting of your utilization. Yeah. But let me focus more on the dashboard and document signing flow. So on the dashboard, we have this document overview section. And there are this document overview has three statuses. One will be in progress, meaning if it shows three, that means there are three documents that I need to sign. Okay. So yeah, here are the documents that are still pending for me to sign. Then we have their awaiting others. This means there is a document ongoing, whether you own or that is shared to you, but is still not yet signed by other party. So these are those documents. And these completed, meaning the document has already been completely signed. So for example, if there are five signer that the document who needs to sign the document, then once it is completed, it means everyone has already signed that document. Then we also have this section, just a quick overview of your account and the remaining credits you have. And then we have this profile menu where you can leave us feedback, log out, and then also the settings where you can personalize your account later. So that is all about the introduction to this dashboard or to this page. I'll now go and proceed in creating the document. This is where you start creating a document for signing. Then I just have this pop up. So in the document signing flow, there are actually few steps only. First, we would have to prepare the document and then share the document and then sign the document. So those are the three main steps in signing a document or preparing a document to be signed. But in preparing the document, there are sub steps. We start with uploading the document and then setting the recipients and email notification, and then placing the signature placeholder later on, and then sharing it. Now, let me upload a sample document. In uploading the document, there are few document types that currently are supported. Of course, the basic document that is supported are the the Office documents such as Word, Excel file, text file, RTF file, and the most basic, which is PDF file. So during upload, these document, earlier I have selected a Word document. But after it has been uploaded to Signing Cloud, it'll be converted into PDF. And that is where the concept of what you see is what you sign applies. That means the one that you're going to upload here should be the final version of your document. Editing, commenting, and finalizing the document should be um, offsite this solution. And then once it is ready to be signed by everyone or signed by you, that's the time that you upload the document here in Signing Cloud. Take note also that the system now supports up to 5 MB file size of the document. Then, so I have already uploaded the document. The next thing I have to do is to set up either the watermark, but for this demo, I'll focus more on the recipient section. If I want myself to sign this document, then I'll just click that, the box for I want to sign. Next, and then my details will be automatically populated here. The next is if I'd like to share this document to someone else, then the best way to do it is to go to your contacts and then select a person or, yeah, a person from your contacts. And then if you like to add another recipient, you could just um, type in here the name and their email address. The email address, again, has to be correct because there will be email notification that will be sent to the signer or to the recipient. So it has to be the correct email address. Okay. So for example, I have decided these are my signers. The next thing to do is to set up whether does it have to be sequential signing or can anyone sign at any time. So if I want my signer to be signed in sequence, for example, someone prepared the document, he has to sign it. Someone needs to review it, he has to sign it. And then finally, someone has to approve the document and he will be the last to sign it. Then I will have to set the sequence. I have to check this. Set the signature sequence. Now I can move this freely. See this? Move up and down to simulate the sequence of the signing. If I have this checked, meaning sequential is in place, sequential signing is in place, and then this will be the sequence of the signing. So in this case, um, this person needs to sign first. Only after this person has signed the document that this person needs to sign. And the same is true for this third person. Okay? But if the sequence is not really important, that anyone who is available can sign the document, then this is, we will have to just uncheck this. Okay, so that is for assigning the recipient. The next thing that is important to do is actually to look at the authentication method. Earlier, Wu had mentioned that there are 4 authentication methods. By default, when we sign up to Signing Cloud, SMS authentication method is the one that is enabled. Now, if you have downloaded the mobile app, um, you would have the option to enable the other authentication method. So what's important here is to review, of course, make sure that the phone number is correct, right? Because there will be an SMS code that will be sent out to this mobile number on the time of signing. So review this. Okay, I don't have the third person's email address, mobile number, so I just remove him. on my demo. Okay, so I have set up this section, the recipient and their authentication method. Yeah, that's done. Then on email notification, by default, on the subject, it will be just the file name of the document. But you can freely add personal message that can be included on the email notification, such as this. Okay. And once ready, we can now proceed to the next page. Yeah, let's just wait for that. While waiting, on the next page is actually where you would have to assign uh, the location of the signature part, where you like to, uh, at what page the person needs to sign it, how many times has he have to sign the document. Okay, no, still saving. Refresh. Let me try again, huh?
Will, why don't you go to the document that has already been created, and then you can show where you send the message straight away.
Okay, this one. Let me just sign this, add someone else. Make sure authentication are correct. Okay. See? Okay, there you go. So on this page, this is what we call the document viewer page, where you can assign the location, as I mentioned earlier, where you can assign the location of the signature of each recipient or each signer. So to do that, you just have to select the recipients here. So in this document, I have two recipients, and then click on the signature part. Oh, sorry, on the attribute, click on the signature, and then place it anywhere on the document. Say I'd like it to be here, and then the other person to sign it here. Fix the signature. So aside from signature, you can also add other attributes such as the seal, for example, your company logo or company stamp seal. Or, yeah, let me try. I think I have a seal on my page. Or a paging seal or a signature date and company date. Yeah. So, say that I have already completed the preparation of this document. It should now be able to send. Now, once this is shared, there will be email notification sent to those email address. Let me see if I have that. Yep. So this is that email address, email notification. And that ends the preparation for the document. So that's one part of doing the signing of the document. The next part is the actual signing of it. So there are two ways to start signing the document. One is you go to this email notification, then view contract. The other one is if you are still logged in your browser, You can go here on document and then look at this document list. Then just click on signature part. So if you click on that signature part, this is where you're going to be a document viewer page where you have to review the content of the document. And then um, if, for example, you open it from the email, it will bring you to the same page. Yep, same page. So let me just close that and then work on this part. Now, if the page is more than one page, like 5 page or more, and you would like to quickly jump your view to the placeholder where you have to sign, then you could just click on that view, um, sorry, this blue ribbon here on the left side of the document. And that will bring you to the place where you have to affix your signature. Now to do that, just click here, and this is where you can actually select which type of signature you like to use. Now, the default signature usually is the last type of signature that you used when you sign it. Change style is simply like this. You have to, for example, type your name here, and then it will automatically give you this system generated font like. And the last one is the QR scanning. Now, the QR scanning will be something like this. Okay, so I have my mobile showed in your screen, and then I have this QR code scanner. Then let me scan that QR. And then what will it do is give you this URL where you can go to the website, use Google Chrome, and draw your own signature. Something like that. And then apply it. Okay. Oh, my network. Let's try. Okay. And that's it. Now, if you, sorry. The next thing here is to, since the seal part is assigned to me as well, so I go click that and then this one. Now, setting up my account, I already have my own seal uploaded. So here. Later on, I'm going to show you where you can also upload your seal or company seal. So at this point, I have done my part in signing this document. I have affixed my signature, and then the seal is assigned to me as well. So I also load that. Now, the next thing to do is to completely sign this. And to completely sign it, you will have to authenticate using your OTP, SMS code sent to you. This is my phone number, the one I had reviewed earlier. And then the system sent me this SMS code. See that? 606 413. 606 413. And then authenticate. Okay. So that completes signing, or that completes my part in signing the document. Now we are back on this document list, and as you can see, these are the list of the previous documents I have uploaded, I have signed, and others. Now, if for example, I would like to remind the other person to sign it, then I could just click on this reminder. Now, for the sake of this demo, let me try to download this document and proceed on the verification part of the document. Sign. Okay. Normally, if we're going to if we're going to verify the document, we can actually use Adobe Reader. Any Adobe Reader could validate the signature of the document. This one. This is the document that I have signed. What is important here is to validate the digital signature attached to the document. So this is the document. I do have two electronic here, the scan copy of my penmanship or hand signature, and then the seal. Now, the Adobe Reader detects that there are problems on the signature, but if we click here, we will just have to go and validate all signature. And now it shows that the document has been signed, all signatures are valid. So if you see here, there are three entities. One is this one, my digital signature. Another one for this seal. And then the third one is the timestamp. Remember that Wu had mentioned earlier that the Signing Cloud solution also timestamp a document. Now, timestamp is important because it gives us this long-term validation purpose of a document. And also, if we have a timestamp on a software or on a data, that is actually a proof that that particular data exists on that particular time. So let me try and look at these signature properties. What's important here is that to look at the digital certificate information. When I did my registration, instead of putting in my full name, I just put here W. Dimano. And that's why I mentioned earlier to put your real name as per what your ID shows so that your digital certificate will be showing the same information here. Now, this digital certificate is issued by the root, which is what we're using in Signing Cloud. Some other information to look here is that this information and to look at whether this document has been tampered, this one. The document has not been modified since this signature was applied. Now, this is how to validate digital signature on a software part. We can usually use the Adobe Reader. Another features that we have is to validate this document against Signing Cloud. And this is where this generated document, this generated document information would come in, or document number information. We can actually validate this document if it exists in Signing Cloud, and we will have to use this document number, then go to Signing Cloud. Oops. That. And on this page, the Signing Cloud page, at the bottom, there's a way for us to paste that information and to cross-check that information on the Signing Cloud database. Now, this is one way to validate for your document. If you have a printout copy, you can easily type in this document number and then search it on the website. Okay, well, that is all for my demo. Probably the last thing I'd like to share with you all would be in terms of personalizing your account. Let me just quickly share this. From the dashboard, you can click on your profile here and then go to settings. Remember earlier that I have preloaded contacts, so that is where you could put it here. That is where you could register your contacts. So just click on add. Make sure that you have the correct email address and the phone number, because these are the two ways to authenticate the other person. And also on our personal information, we have here the way where you could share, or sorry, store your mobile number. During the registration, the mobile number is never asked, but during the time of signing, you will be asked to input a phone number. So make sure that you put in your phone number here on your personal information, and also upload a picture of yourself. If you have a scanned copy of your signature, you could edit and then upload it here. If you have something like this, a stamp of your company, and you like to attach it to the document, you could also upload the seal here. Okay. All right, guys. So those are I don't know if we're running out of time, but those are the meat of my demo presentation.
And from Gerald of wow, from Gerald of COA, is there an option to upload an image file of the signature? Number 2, can we have an access to the beta of the system for us?
Both is a yes.
Both?
Both is a yes. The upload option is there. So you have an image of your signature in JPEG, you can just upload it. And the beta access and links, can somebody just type it out quickly in the chat so everybody can grab that? But we're gonna send it to you individually anyway in an email, or you can actually just search signingcloud.com.
We have a free trial. You can register it to www.signingcloud.com. Actually, it's good for 50 signatures. Once you confirm you have registered, we will add 50 more signatures post sign up.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Lyra, can you highlight the advantage of Securemetric Signing Cloud to compare to DocuSign?
I see. I can take that. Well, DocuSign, of course, is pretty much well. Actually, we're head-to-head competition. You're talking about that, friendly competitors, I guess. So one clear advantage that we have is because digital signing platforms, if we do an apple-to-apple comparison, it's pretty much the same. We can do what the other person can do, right? But if you're talking about the real advantage is, I guess, we're more localized, right? So we are Southeast Asian based. We know the flavor and the requirement of Southeast Asia. Did you guys lost me? Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Oh, right. Okay, so the clear advantage that we have is actually where we're based. So this system is designed by Southeast Asian people for the Southeast Asian market specifically. Yeah, so that is the clear advantage we have. And on top of that is our effort in connecting to local certificate authorities. So when we connect to local certificate authorities, such as what we're doing in Malaysia, Singapore, of course, in Philippines, we hope to do the same. Then you have legally binding status of documents within the country, right? Because each country has their own digital certificate law. So that's a clear advantage on our side because we're local. We talk to local CAs. Yeah. So and of course, in terms of support, if you sign up with this platform, William is based in Makati. William's team.
Yeah.
So
with William.
Sorry. Okay. So in terms of system support as well, William's team is based in Makati, and so system support, integration, implementations, any questions can be settled easily because we're local. So I guess the clear advantage we have is we are local. We're very, very local and very focused on Southeast Asia, specifically the Philippines also. I hope that answers your question, Lira. Thank you.
Okay. One more. Well, two more. From Rich, can signing cloud documents be accepted by international courts worldwide?
Wow, very good question. In essence, there are a lot of countries that accept digital signatures inside well, in Malaysia, we call it a Digital Signature Act. Over in the Philippines, it's called E-Commerce Act and so on and so forth. So the legality behind it within the country is acceptable. So I guess if the document is presented in a country that supports
We lost you. What document?
I guess if the document is presented in an international court, let's say outside of this country, if that country recognizes digital signatures in a whole, it should be accepted. It shouldn't be a problem. I see a lot of questions actually.
Yeah. How do you license or charge? It's a commercial question. Yeah.
Right. Right now it's on a per signature basis. But of course, we are trying to charge it and position it very flexible for Southeast Asian market. So right now it's a per signature basis where you buy a bulk of signatures and then you use it, something like a prepaid model. And when you run out, then you just order more. Yeah, that's how we charge actually.
Yeah. From Martin from DTI, does this mean that all the party must be using the same signing cloud provider? Another question, what if the parties involved in one document are using two different providers?
Very good question. Because
I think I can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it's an ecosystem or an environment which is closed. For now, for example, like earlier, I have my email address, which is work email address, and then my personal email address. If, for example, I am already signed up on the signing cloud and the another recipient is using a different signing solution, if you assign it to that person, he will receive the notification, and then the minute that he click on that notification to view the document, he will be asked to sign up. So it has to be on the same document signing solution.
Okay, to add to that, we are also catering to industries like right now, actually, we just signed up a few fintechs and insurance agencies for them to have legally binding signatures for their customers when they want to sign up. Sorry, yes, okay. So we have also signed up a few fintech companies and insurance companies where they require the public to sign documents, like let's say to subscribe to their services, right? So for those signatures, we also cater to them where the link is sent, and we do an eKYC verification of that individual. So they need not actually sign up for Signing Cloud. That's what I'm saying right now. So if let's say it's you're trying to sell an insurance to this particular individual and they are totally out of your ecosystem other than you want them to be your client, right? So a link will be sent where they click on that link and there will be an eKYC done on them. Then they can sign with the same non-repudiation legality. That particular thing has already been done in Malaysia, where we already have a few clients that sign up to it. And we are in the process of working it out in the Philippines.
Hello?
But, sorry, yes, where did you lost me? This is so annoying. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, so this has already been done in Malaysia. We already have clients for this, but we will also adopt this in the Philippines. I hope that helps.
Okay. Next question from Alan Olalia. Can you integrate a DMS solution with Signing Cloud? Yeah.
Yes.
Will, you want to take this? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Signing Cloud has RESTful API. You can call it to upload the document and document signing, and also two-factor authentication to complete the signing. So that is how Signing Cloud could actually extend its feature to those organizations who has its own application. Most common is the DMS.
Okay, I hope that's clarified. Next question from JB from DTI PAB. Did I hear it right? It only allows 5 MB upload. Would it be enough for a multi-page document with various images? Thank you. Will?
Yes,
Yeah.
the system, this signing cloud is a for the cloud utilization and subscription. So for now, this signing cloud accepts 5 MB of a document. Those documents are Word, PDF, Excel files, text files. But after you upload it, it will always be converted to PDF format and then apply the signature later on.
Yeah. So to add to that, I guess the upload and the signing portion, the cloud will manage the megabyte for you guys to a certain extent. But I also understand the need. And well, there are a lot of options to use Signing Cloud. Well, the cloud version is, of course, the easiest way. You can just sign up immediately, right? There is also an
Sorry, Wu.
on-premise. Sorry, yeah, the cloud version is, of course, the easiest way. You can just sign up. There is also, we can also deliver this on-premise. If you guys want your own private cloud to offer this, if you want to offer this over in your organization to your own ecosystem in a private cloud manner, we can do that. We can also do it within your data center where we deliver it, let's say, for an organization for just internal or external use within their usage, their particular use case. We can also do that as well. So once you have that kind of iteration, you're free to pretty much manage your own capacity at that point of time. Right now, the cloud only supports 5 MB. We will definitely increase it soon, actually, depending on the necessity of it. Thanks.
Okay, next question from Carlos Salvador from Palawan State University. The registrar's office is sending authentication documents to Philippine Foreign Affairs. Would they recognize it? Oh, I think it's
Sorry,
yours.
again. Sorry, can you
The registrar's the question is coming from a state university from Palawan. The registrar's office is sending authentication documents to Philippine Foreign Affairs. Would they recognize it?
Wow. Okay. The forms that are verifications that are being sent. Okay, I'm trying to get the context of the question. If both entities are from the Philippines, whether government, individual, or private, if they use a legally a recognized certificate to sign the document, such as, of course, the only option that you guys have right now within the country is DICT. If you guys use that certificate, any document that you sign is legally accepted. Yeah, so I hope that answers that question, because I don't really get the context that if it's sent to a foreign registrar.
Hello?
And yeah, sorry, I don't get the correct context of the question, like a foreign registrar or whatnot. Yeah, that's the.
I think it means that the registrar's office from that state university is sending documents to authenticate within the Philippine Foreign Affairs or
Right.
Department of Foreign Affairs.
I see.
Would they recognize that signature?
If it's within the Philippines, both are within the Philippines, yes. But since it's coming from university education, that's a good point that I want to highlight as well, where you have e-transcripts here. And let's say if you're trying to apply for a job with a multinational company, let's say you're trying to get work in Paris, in France, or UK, which the Philippines is well known for your talents here. So the digitally signed e-transcript.
Yes, we lost you at the digital signature.
Okay, the digitally signed e-transcript can be easily verified if you send it overseas, even to overseas entity. Although the certificate may be displayed as there is an issue, like, you know what, when William opened that screen just now, but it can easily be verified as a true digital signature when you have all the digital signature properties. So yeah, I hope that helps as well in your questions.
Okay, well, thank you. Al from AUB, the basics of digital signature involve private and public keys. In your cloud implementations, where are the keys stored? I suppose the keys are being applied seamlessly.
Yes, very good technical question. So we do server-side signing. So this is pretty much the same with a lot of our Western cloud competitors. If you're just talking about cloud, cloud platform, not
Hello?
talking about, sorry, if we're just talking about the cloud
Oh,
platform and
yeah.
So if we're just talking about the cloud platform and not the on-premise installation, yes, we do server-side signing. That means all of the keys are stored in a HSM, where the signing all the signatures are performed inside the HSM. So this is the same as what is applied across Europe. The new eIDAS mobile signature also does server-side signing as well. But we have options on client-side signing coming soon. That's part of our roadmap for, I believe, maybe end of Q3 this year. So that should be interesting. That should be interesting to see.
Okay, last.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, William
Will?
wants to add on that.
Yeah, just as a simple addition, that during the registration process, remember I asked you to input your real name. That is because by the time that you registered and activated your account, that is when the digital certificate is generated. So there are few other subcomponents behind the scene who is issuing the digital certificate and where it is being stored securely. Now, at the time of signing, you actually need to authenticate first. And that authentication is like a gateway. Because private key is something that is really, it must be secured. And in our flow, you have to pass that correct authentication first before you can actually, or before the system can retrieve your private key and apply the digital signature to the document. All right, that's all.
Okay, I think last two questions. What if the uploaded PDF file uploaded to the system is encrypted? Means it with a password. How will the system handle it?
That is something that I have not yet tried.
Sorry, the question is if you upload an encrypted
Go ahead.
file, is it? Well, when you upload it into our platform, if you're asking about storage, all of the documents that we store online are encrypted with a strong AES 256 keys, and we do not have privy to those documents. We manage it that way. We are PKI experts. We've built CAs. That's our main bread and butter. So we manage it that way. There is also an option for you to store your data locally, where you can instruct the system that you just pretty much, once you upload it, you just remove it and delete it from the system and you store it locally. We also are going to introduce hash signing, where the signature is totally done locally. That means we don't have any of your documents. But if you're saying whether we can sign a document that is uploaded encrypted, unfortunately we can't. You have to decrypt the document first before you upload it so we can read that document. Yeah, I hope that.
Yes, I agree to that.
Yeah, I hope that answers all of the context.
Okay, next question. What happens if a certificate is compromised? From Jerome of Sumisho.
Wow. Okay. The issue of compromise of a certificate, because a compromise of a certificate can happen a lot of ways. But if it is the compromise on our side, of course, we will take full responsibility, right? That's why we have very, very strong measures on our platform, security measures in place on our platform. Because, well, pretty much, if you talk about the background of Securemetric, I am personally from a certificate authority. I have 9 years experience there. I worked in a certificate authority. William has extensive experience in running a CA as well. So we follow the guidelines of running a certificate authority in the measures that we take to secure the data in SIGNINGCLOUD. Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. If there's any compromise on our side, if there's any compromise on our side, it will be on us. Yeah, we will take responsibility for it. And I also understand the sensitivity of data, right? So that's why we have an option of on-premise. If you guys want, you can also have it in your own private cloud. We can implement it for you. Or you can also have it on-premise where you can serve your own users. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you. Last question from Ben Bautista, Ayala Automotive. Do you have a business case for companies that have external customers? Like us, we are a car dealer, and I don't think we'll ask the customers to register on SIGNINGCLOUD. How can we possibly handle this?
Oh yes, actually I mentioned this just now, but I guess I wasn't clear. I'm so sorry. So we have the same kind of implementation already done here in Malaysia, but that is for a fintech and insurance company. Sorry, yeah. So we have the same kind of implementation done in Malaysia already for a fintech and insurance company. So they're the same. If you're talking about car dealership, so what we do is we do not get them. We do not get your customers to sign as SIGNINGCLOUD customers. They don't need to do that. We will send them a link. When they open the link, they will be asked to perform an eKYC for us to ascertain that customer. And then from there, they will be given a temporary digital signature where they will sign on that document issued by a licensed certificate authority and legally binding. Yeah, I hope that understands your question. So the answer is they do not need to sign up for SIGNINGCLOUD. They will be sent a link, right? Where they will, of course, when they are asked to sign for that document, they will be asked to perform an eKYC.